Hello, my friends. Hello. Just called to say hello. That's a little Neil Diamond for you guys. What is up, Drea? There's Jeannie. Let's bring her on. There's Rosetta. Hello. She's there, but she got to turn the camera on. Rhonda.
What the hell? Turn the camera on.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you to do that.
My camera is on.
Weird. Let's see here. Invite. Accept. There you go. There you are.
Hello, hello.
And we have Rosetta White joining us tonight as a special guest host. And I got to get Rhonda in
have a
here.
hat on.
Woo!
Yeah.
Rhonda, where are you? Oh, nice. You got a cowboy hat there.
I don't know why.
I didn't see that.
I have no
There
idea.
she is. All right, now let's get Rhonda in here.
Oh, Jesus. Let me change that. Lord.
How do you change it? Because I had a cowboy hat. I had no idea why.
Oh, I have no idea. Then I had one, and I don't know how I did that.
See me?
I think someone sent you the cowboy hat.
Oh,
maybe somebody did. Oh, cool.
Ghost Rider House.
Thanks for the cowboy hat.
Yeah, me too.
Cowboy
I
hat.
mean, yeehaw.
I'm not getting an
from
invite.
Brooklyn, but I take a cowboy hat anywhere, anytime. I live in North Carolina. Oh, look at you.
Woo! There you go.
I'm starting to feel left out. Come back in, Rhonda. Go back and come back in.
Thank you for letting me join.
Nice to meet you, Rosetta.
You as well. I'm excited about this subject. So,
yeah,
I think it's going to be a good conversation.
mm-hmm.
I can just figure out how to get Rhonda in here.
Don't you just love when your computer asks you 10,000 times, verify it's you, but you're the only one that uses it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. Mark viewer. Guys, this is action-packed here, guys. There it is. All right.
She said she's not getting an invite. Did you get the invite? Oh, hi, Rhonda.
She's good now. She's here now.
Hey, girlie.
One of these days, we're going to do it, and it'll be completely just smooth.
Flawless.
Yes. But until that day comes, we'll just deal with the...
Well,
I think it's something when everybody's trying to join at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it somehow misses. But anyway, we're here.
We are all here.
Hello.
So, before we get started, I do want to acknowledge that we have had a loss in our paranormal family here in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
One of our good friends, Jerry Pritchard Reyes, passed away on Sunday. Very untimely, and I realize that a lot of people they might be dealing with what we're dealing with right now, but have dealt with loss or will deal with loss in the future. Everyone does. So I did want to have Jeannie on the show to talk about not really what happens to your body after you pass away, but what happened to your spirit after you pass away, and maybe bring some comfort to people. Because I think if you hear what Jeannie has to say, it will make it less hard to deal with. But before we do that, I will say that since the loss was so sudden that Jerry's family is obviously having a hard time. Hey, Cody, with everything. dealing with the loss and have to deal with the financial pressure of her passing away. So they do have a GoFundMe set up. If you, I guess you look up Jerry Pritchard Reyes on GoFundMe or something, you can donate to her family to help with the expenses and just everyday life, because it's something that they don't need to be dealing with right now. Any bit helps.
Absolutely.
But also our friend Jeannie and her husband Phil, our friend Phil, they're going to be dealing with some stuff coming up in the future. Phil is having open heart surgery, guys, and he's going to be out of commission, and it's leaving Jeannie to stress out about everything. And guys, she needs help. We are here to help people out, and when people need assistance or need help, we're here for them. So Jeannie has got a GoFundMe set up to help her deal with what's going on. Will be going on in the future, and let's all send prayers and good vibes and every positive, feeling energy out to Jeannie, and of course to Jerry's family as well. So I think that's it, right, Jeannie? Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Well, I wanted to add that I made Jerry this ring, and she absolutely loved it. So anyone who buys this ring, I'm going to be sending the funds to help their family.
Okay.
Remember this?
Yes.
She in the cabin con, she was like, "Jeannie made me, and I want to make one for everybody." And
Yeah.
so anybody who buys it's a wired. I already made some. It's a wired wrap heart, and so anybody
Nice.
who needs it, I'm gonna send the funds to the family.
Jerry truly was one of a kind. She's one of those, and she's one of those people that she did not take any lip from anybody. She was stubborn, but she would also give you the shirt off her back. If you were her friend, and she would definitely go to bat for you. So yeah, we will definitely miss her. But the thing is, we're suffering down here, but Jerry is no longer suffering. So I want to talk to you, Jeannie, about after you pass away, what happens to your soul or your spirit?
So it is. So first of all, I never say pass away. I say transition, because we go from home to earth school, and then we go back home. So I always say we transition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we unexpectedly transition, and it happens differently for everyone. And I want to make this. What is that noise? I'm sorry, I'm in ADHD still. Any noise like that just throws
It's fun, me
off.
too. A little distracting. I don't know what it is though.
What is it? It's like a dragging noise. But anywho, so anyone who transitions, it's different for everyone. I'm sorry. What is that? Is that anyone? Do you know what that is? It's like somebody's like dragging something, or
I don't hear it.
Unless you're hearing something
don't
that
hear
your
it either.
medium ears are hearing.
no, I'm hearing like somebody's like wiping something, or
There's
you don't hear it?
no noises on my end. How about you, Rosette? Anything going on over there? Anybody dragging anything on your house?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I don't hear it.
Fire alarm's not going off. We're
No. I
good.
just hear it like somebody's like doing you know.
I mean, could it be something going on like spiritually? I mean, because none of us are hearing
Jerry,
anything.
It could be Jerry going like this for her Reiki sessions, getting
Yeah.
ready.
no, I hear it
Hey,
in the
warming up.
speaker, in the speaker. All right. So, anywho, it just distracts me because when I'm like, you know, ADHD people, if you hear like that's what I hear.
Maybe it's your
Sometimes you don't hear it.
maybe it's your phone or whatever you're using.
No, I'm the only one in here.
Oh,
You say click, click.
let me hear.
You don't hear it, guys. You don't hear that.
I barely hear something. Yeah, right there.
You see?
Yeah, but I say it's
And then the wait, because I live in between worlds, which is my book. I can hear it like it's right here, like it's
yeah.
right here.
Now you said something, I noticed it, but
All right, I'm gonna put my thing a little bit down there. Like if you have the TV on or anything, like, all right, because I want to be able to answer these without, you know. So I'm gonna put this down. Okay, that's better. All right. So your question was, what happens to you when you transition? So when you transition, it's different for everyone. In this case, when it happened unexpectedly, you don't have the chance for someone to come and grab you. As if you were in hospice, someone comes and they actually tell you what's going to go on, and they tell you what's going to go on, and you expect it. And when it happens unexpectedly, you immediately go, and you kind of confused. But because someone like Jerry or one of us that are spiritual, she probably didn't get stuck. And I know she didn't, because I immediately asked my grandmom. So some people do get stuck because they don't know what the heck is going on, meaning car accident, things like that. So that could happen. Where you ever seen those pictures where people actually catch the body, looking at their body, and they're like, have you ever seen those pictures?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in this case, with Jerry, she made it. My grandmom said she made it, and I'll tell you the signs that I got. However, the light just clicked. I don't know if you saw that. My light just clicked. But what happens is that you go and you automatically go to sanctuary. Has anybody ever heard the word sanctuary before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yes.
you go
Yeah.
to sanctuary. That is the next step. My hair's falling. So you go into sanctuary. And the reason why I can't reach out to her and only my guide can, which is my grandmom, is because she needs to go to sanctuary. So after going to sanctuary is more of a healing space. And the healing space is where she gets to, some people call it the mirror, some people call it the television, some people call it, the revision stage. Well, this is what it is. It's part of where you get to see your whole life. Okay. And you get to see the most important things that have happened, and the things that you've done that you don't like it. So it's kind of like your shadow. You get to see your shadow side, what you've done, what you haven't done. I'm trying to not take up so much time, but you go to sanctuary, and then after sanctuary, then you decide who you want to say. You have free will on the other side, so you get to decide: do you want to come out? Do you want to reach out to people to say hello? Hello, I'm sorry. Do you want to come back? Do you not want to come back? These are the decisions that your guru, because you come in with a guru, and that is your main guide, and you go out. They follow you to the next, to back home, and so they'll ask you questions, and you get to decide that. Do you want to come back? No. Do you want to be a guide? No. Do you want to not ever do anything? It's up to you. And yeah, and you know what happens when you don't decide to heal, right? Anybody know what happens when you don't decide to heal on the other side? It's called the spiral of life. You come what? How many lives do we have? Because that means that we didn't decide.
Yeah.
We came back to learn again, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, I have so many past lives. I'm so happy. That actually means you didn't learn the first time.
Or the second, or the third, or the fourth,
So
or
I'm
the
like,
fifth.
yeah, be happy, but not so happy.
Yeah. There's a reason why you're
Because that
still
means,
here.
you know, yeah, you came back, right? And everybody does. So, and that's what happens. That's the first thing that happens.
So I got a question.
Mhm.
What do you look like when you're in that phase? You look like yourself? You look like a ball of light? What is it? What is it that you think you look like?
Well, you don't have a body anymore. Your shell is completely gone. So you're a soul. So you're a soul.
Okay.
You know your chakra reaches here, right? And then there's a chakra up here where all your mental, or your Akashic records, basically. You ever heard of the Akashic records?
Yes.
Where all your Akashic records, right? So when your body dissipates and you're no longer there, all that becomes that chakra right here, which they call it in Peruvian and indigenous, we call it the Varkura, but I guess they call it the ninth chakra or the eighth chakra up here in this world, in this, we're talking about chakras, but anything that you knew becomes up here, and then you become that soul. That soul, that's the soul that goes up. That's why when you reincarnate, some people ask me, well, if they reincarnate, I cannot talk to them anymore. And I'm like, yeah, you can. They're still up there. When they reincarnate, it's not the whole soul that goes in, and actually in the book, in the second book that I'm going to do, I'm already writing the second book to Walking Me in Between Worlds. I talk about reincarnation because I didn't want to do it in this first book. But and when it's reincarnation, your Akashic records stay, and you can still talk to the person. Not to confuse anybody, because that's what I do. But yeah. So how does it appear? It's the soul, but to the people who can see, it depends how you see them. I know that's what you wanted to ask. That's like apparitions, how you see them and things like that, right? So go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering if there's just a bunch of balls of light in the sanctuary. Like, I'm trying to figure out, how do you know the difference? Or is there something like a different aura that each person has that distinguishes them?
So it depends what you're asking. How is it up there, or how do I see it?
How do you see it?
Okay. So, because there's a difference. So I've been seeing, hearing, talking to them since I was 8. And you know the whole story with my grandmama.
Yes.
Just grabbing me by my curls. So how do I see them? For every person is different. So for every person is different. If it's a little, I don't like to call them LPs, little persons, which that means something else. If it's a kid, they have a strong aura. So I might see them in the color. I might see them coming in and out as an apparition. I might see them as, they can come in as who they used to be. They can show me different ways. Same thing for like if Jerry comes in, I will see her as she is. But then she can turn into a color, or she can turn into a light. And it's different for everyone. Like, it's so hard for me to just say one thing, because it's the same thing with audio. With audio, they always ask me, like, what do you hear? And I'm like, I hear 3 ways. And one, I hear like in a whisper sometimes, and sometimes I hear it with my voice, and sometimes I hear their voice, and then sometimes I hear it with telepathy. So see, it's not just one answer. It's the way they want to communicate. and things like that. But as for your question, I can see them in apparition. Apparition is, that see-through, what we see. I can see them colors or light, all three, kind of.
What are some of the signs that you get when a spirit is trying to come through?
So that is what the whole book is about. I hope you get it, because the book actually explains that people, and without giving the book away, people want their loved ones. If it gets dark, it's because my computer keeps going off. People want their loved ones to respond to them just like we're speaking. But when someone crosses over, they don't speak in our language anymore. They speak in frequency. Okay. So that is one of the main chapters, and what the book teaches you how to do. Meaning, the book, I'm so happy that I wrote this book. It took a year to write, because I wanted everyone to understand you have to change your language.
You do. I agree with you on that 110%. What advice would you give to people that have recently passed? I know myself as a medium, I use tarot and oracle as divination tools to connect with people that have passed. But I have people that will ask me, all the time, how do I communicate? What do I do? And it's good to be able to speak to somebody like you that has that knowledge.
Oh,
I think she left. She put the mute button or something.
yeah. I can't hear you anymore.
She muted herself.
Rosetta, you're not there? Are you there?
Oh, hold on.
Yep, she's there.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome back.
Yeah, you said a little bit,
Thank
and
you.
then after that, you kind of.
Yeah, my mother was calling me.
Oh.
So it's one of the questions that I get too as a medium, can you feel somebody around me? And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and then they'll also ask me, and I don't want to give them just the textbook answers. Look for the cardinal, look for the pennies, look for the dimes. Like you said, it's that frequency. It's a whole different level. How do you explain that to somebody?
Actually, the book, and I'm going to answer you, but if you get this book, it's a manual for you. I wrote this book so it can be manual for mediums and for everyone, because I do not gatekeep. I mean, those people that are like, I will tell you, but no, I don't gatekeep.
No, yeah.
I get the knowledge so that I can give the knowledge,
Right.
And so, I have the goosebumps. So I think somebody's here. But, and I'll read you some of the excerpts of the book. That way you can, you can see what I wrote. But what I would tell them is, that person best, right? So when the air shifts, or when you see a sign, a lot of people, they question themselves. And this is in the book. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So lately, I've been channeling my grandmom again, and I have been sewing. So I'm doing my sewing and making, things like that. But I'm not a good sewer, so I just, I do a no-sew tutorial and things like that. So I've been doing little things like this. So I bought on eBay, because it didn't cost too much, cuts of cloth, right? I just bought it because it seems simple. Now I opened the book, and you're not going to believe what's in it. Who does Reiki in here? Who knows the Reiki signs?
Me.
Okay, Rhonda. So why is a Reiki sign in this book?
Oh.
Who was a Reiki person?
Jerry.
Jerry. Why would Reiki be in a cut of cloth?
There's your sign. I love that.
Oh
It
my
is
God,
little
that's so
things like
random
that.
too.
Like,
I have the goosebumps. Why? I open it and I just ordered it. I just ordered
yeah,
it. So then I'm looking at the book and I'm crying because, I'm crying and I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm looking at the book and then I go to the end. Boom, here it is again at the end.
it's
I'm like,
things
I
like
Wow.
did
that,
not make stuff
that
up.
there's
I
your
mean, come on.
validation. It's validation. And you get the skeptics that don't believe that
Mm,
people that pass are able
mm-mm.
to communicate. But it's situations like this that it's just it's validation. There is
I
something you know that happens to our souls when we pass that we can communicate. It's been documented.
I
And
in the book I have pages of.
yeah.
So in the back, I have images of things that have happened to my clients and examples.
Hmm.
So the book has so many things, but yeah, I mean, it's been documented. We've had experiences,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I
But
mean, I got experience through
oh yeah,
you
that's right.
at the cabin and even on the
Hmm.
show. I do want to get Rhonda involved here.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this stuff?
I I'm not in a place tonight where I'm even sure what I think. I got some stuff going on, so I'm
Okay,
just enjoying the conversation.
you know, but I remember when we had Jeannie on the show, and she told me that she had a message for me.
Yep, Diane
Now,
did that.
I've had people say there's an old man, there's a man next to you, there's this, there's that, and nothing's really. It's been like okay, but nothing's really like blown me over.
Concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So when she said when Jeannie told me, so when Jeannie said there's a woman here, you're kind of like okay, that's I didn't really know what to think, and then she said that she was with my sister, who like the year before was in the hospital for a really long time, and she said she was with my sister when she had her heart problems, and I never said anything about her having a heart problem. I just said that she was in a hospital. Because I did put on some Facebook that she was in a hospital, but I never specifically said why she was in the hospital. So then Jeannie said that she said that her name was Susan, and my mom's name was Susan, and I never I never mentioned her name when it came to my mom. Of course, I would, say stuff on Facebook on the day she died and her birthday,
Hmm.
but I didn't say happy birthday to my mom, Susan, because that would just be weird. So,
Right.
yeah, just so you know, everyone knows what her name is. I never mentioned her name, and there's no reason why Jeannie would know her name. So she said, your mom, she's her name is Susan, so that got my attention because how would she know that? So then, of course, I invited her to come out, her and Phil to come out to the cabin to investigate. That might have been the first time you guys had been out there,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And of course, you got some really good stuff out there, but we can talk about that some other time. But I did go out there, and she did the whole reading for me, and she was listing off names like my grandmother's name, Doris. Like she listed my other grandfather's name, William. It was just
I love
concrete.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it
because
was.
she was sitting right next to me. Susan was like, tell him this and tell him that. And he was just going to freak out.
It really, it really blew my mind because
I
before
feel
it
like,
was like I would believe like if Rhonda says she sees something, I would believe her. If Rosetta had
Mhm.
said something, she saw something, I would believe her. But I didn't have that personal experience. When when you're
Mhm.
dealing with the paranormal, you believe in ghosts, right? Because you watch stuff on TV, but you never haven't really had that experience yet. So you believe in it, but you don't really believe in it. You really have until you experience for yourself. It's such a personal thing that
It really is.
you can't be you're not 100% until you actually experience something like that for yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, Ferg's mom.
So it makes me think of just the different frequency levels that everybody's on, right? Because I know for me, one of the things being a medium that I'm very good at is getting names. And I know for me, it's like I can either hear it, but I can't see it, or I can see it, but I can't hear it, or it's a mixture of both. It's like a movie reel sometimes, just trying to put things together. But I'm typically really good with names. And it's just weird because it's like sometimes it's like spirits there and it's like they're so loud. It's like how can you not hear that or get that but I also feel like too, it depends on how open you are, at that moment in time. I think I sometimes just put up my own boundaries and walls without even realizing that I'm doing it. And I feel so off. Like I just don't feel like I'm hitting or I'm on point with certain things. But I definitely believe that there is life after death. Um, I am so grateful to hear that I can choose whether or not I want to come back because I don't want to live this life again. So I think I'm choosing spirit guide. I really think that, and I've thought about that really long and hard over the past 6 months,
Uh-oh.
Your mom's calling again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I pass and I'm on the other side. Sorry, my mother called again. She's fine.
Look at that.
She's probably like, why is she like ignoring my phone call? She's not used to that.
Oh, it's here.
But yeah, I think that's really what I want to do, honestly. So I'm glad that we get that choice. I'm not looking forward to watching that movie screen, though.
We have free will on the other side, so
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
If you were, you met someone who was kind of dealing with what we're dealing with right now, what would you say to them to help ease their pain or suffering?
Me?
Yes.
I certainly would not say, and this is a lot of things a lot of people tell me, and I don't get offended anymore. I just don't say anything. For one, I never say, oh, you'll get to see them again or you get to feel them again. And I never devaluate the pain because you just don't. So I never say, even though I know that they will send signs. I never, dehumanize the pain or evaluate the pain that they're going through. So I just really just send my condolences, like I've been doing, and just let them talk and just say that I'm here for you, and that's usually what I say all the time. I never say anything like, I can get them for you. I can, I only do that with, with my circle, so because they know, and that's the next thing that they're going to ask me, like, let me know. Even when I was talking to Tina, I was like, I'll let you know. And I tell you right now that she's fine, that she's okay, because that gives them comfort, and letting them know that she made it okay through the transition.
Yeah,
but I never, ever like say anything.
That's the hardest part when you're dealing with a loss or dealing with somebody who's dealing with a loss, because the words, there are no words that could, really convey how you are feeling, and there's no words to really make them.
I'm here for you is very, if you need me, I'm here. That to me means more than anything,
My advice is always don't be afraid to talk to them.
Yeah.
If there are things that you want to say or conversations that you want to have, talk to them. I know I get sometimes too, I don't feel them around me, and I get that too. But I always say, don't ever be afraid to sit down and just have a conversation. Don't feel weird. It's going to feel a little weird at first, but after a while, you'll kind of get used to that. So, and they'll find, and I've noticed too with spirit, you know, if you're not listening as a medium, they're going to find a way for you to get whatever message it is that they're trying to convey to you, whether that is other signs, or another form of communication. So,
Also, I guess be open-minded to signs around you.
Oh yeah.
mm-hmm.
It may be
I don't
something
believe in
small.
coincidences.
Yeah,
Definitely.
If visiting my mom's grave, a gust of winds hits me on a otherwise windless day, I'll take that as a sign.
The
Or
goosebumps, temperature
yeah,
changes.
There,
Yeah.
don't be
there,
afraid to accept those signs. But I mean, I think it's something we all deal with, and knowing that there is a transitional phase, and once you leave this world, it's not the end of the line. It's just a new start, a new beginning. Do you think she's happy, Jeannie, Jerry, or is that even a thing? Is it just, or is she just?
Not until I speak to her.
Okay.
I can't make
Yeah.
make that decision for her. I can't talk for her until I speak to her. Happy as a mom who just left her two kids.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't, say that. But again,
Yeah. I mean,
I have
that's
to talk to
understandable.
her first
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see
yeah.
what she says. Everyone, that's sometimes when I give readings, a lot of people want to ask their loved ones like magical questions and psychic questions, and I'm like, they're just people who transition. You can't ask those psychic questions to your loved ones. Oh, but why not? Because they weren't psychics here. What makes you think they're going to be psychic over there? Oh, but can't they see what's going to happen? No, they can't. Oh, but can't they make things happen? No, they're
No.
not God. They're not the
Yeah.
creator, and they don't understand.
Yep.
And I'm like, what do you mean you don't understand? You don't. They are not magical people who just became from here to Alibaba up there. No, they did not. They're just
Mm-hmm.
speak to them like if they all of a sudden came from inside, they came from a vacation, and just talk to them. And then, I have to make them understand that no, they can't change things for you. They can pray for you, and sometimes they can make things happen, but they can't change your course. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. They like you do an EVP session with a spirit, you don't really get answers.
True.
You get usually just get random words that don't make any sense.
That's how it is for psychics too, though. Sometimes we just get these random words that that don't make any sense, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna ask because this is, what just came to my brain. And 9 times out of 10, I hit the nail on the head with that. But
Unless, of
yeah,
course, you're like Jeannie, who
See,
does talk to them.
the difference is I'm a seer, so I walk two worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I never say like I wrote a book and I said I am not better than anything.
right.
I just have a different perspective where I walk two worlds. This is why I wrote the book Walking Between Worlds. because literally I do. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just sit down and just like here, you don't hear it, but I do. So maybe I'm on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
Right.
husband and I will be in the car and I'm like, did you just hear that? And he's like, honey, it's a song. And I'm like, no, I heard literally somebody in a walkie-talkie talking. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's your spooks, honey. I heard nothing.
Your
And I'm
spooks.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't even sleep in the same room because that happens so often and he needs his sleep, and I just wake up and I'm like, wait, where am I? Like, am I here or am I on the other side? Because it just so happens so often. And he's like, I'm sorry, your spooks keep me up and I just can't handle it.
I was
Because of
fighting
my
them in
spooks.
my sleep the other night. I was like in between going to sleep and being awake. And I swear to God, I saw something like hovering over me. And I jumped up and I'm like swinging and I'm like fighting, spirits in my sleep. But it went
Throwing
away, but
down.
it was really, really odd. Really odd.
So okay, well
So,
let's talk about, like we're talking earlier about EVPs.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when we do investigations, they usually get like either stuff that doesn't make sense, or like, are they messing with us, or are we hearing just part of a conversation that we're not a part of?
I have your answer.
Okay.
Because those are spirits that have not reached the other side yet.
They're still here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the spirits that we talk to that are on the other side, and I can hear clearly, is because they've made it. Now, the spirits that we talk to in the EVPs, they have not made it yet. Meaning sometimes, like when we used to go to residential, I used to go to a house and they're like, oh my God, we have a demon or we have some type of chaotic, they're throwing things around. And so I used to go in, I used to look around, sit down, look at the spirit straight in the face. And I'm like, why are you causing this chaos? And they're like, well, they can't hear me. And I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stop with the dramatic things. How about you just calmly send a sign? And I'm talking to them and they're like, how are you just talking to them so calmly? I'm like, because it's not a demon, it's Tío Pepe. He's mad because you have not picked up on what he's trying to say and he's just throwing things around. And they're like, wait a minute, it's my uncle causing all this chaos? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, he was a troublemaker in this life. He's causing stuff in that life. I'm like, yeah, he is.
He's pissed because you're calling him a demon.
Yeah, and you're calling him a demon, and it's just Tío Pepe. I'm sorry. And he's like, well, can you tell him to leave? And he's like, well, how can I leave? I committed suicide, and you all were this religious thing telling me that if I committed suicide, I'm going to hell. Do you think I want to go to hell? And I'm like, that's why he's trapped. That's why he's trapped. So then I look at him, and I'm like, you're not going to hell. You're not going to hell. You're going to the other side, and I'm not. And then that's why you call psychopomp. I psychopomp them to the other side. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm not going to hell. They told me. I'm like, I don't care what they told you. I'm telling you that you're not going to purgatory. And then all of a sudden, light comes in. He's like, oh, look, there's light. Boop. Set him over. House is clean. I leave.
That's
So
real
see what I'm
ghost
saying? The
whisperer.
EVPs are from the spirits that are trapped here. The spirits that have not, they have some type of issue.
that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
That's
I
why
have,
you can't talk to them or they blah, 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 because they make no sense because they're trapped
Hey,
here
Sarah.
and in between.
Sarah's
I
in
have
the house.
3 spirit guides. One is here all the time, 2 come around every now and then. But it makes sense to me about how, like you said, that they have to go to the sanctuary and kind of like look at their life and, the decisions that they made. And then, are they going to, what choices do they have?
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand now why I feel like each one of them has made that choice to be a guide, and not be reincarnated. And it just kind of solidifies my own decision of what I want to do when I go over to the. Now, will I change my mind once I get there? I have no
Probably.
idea.
Probably because from what I hear, because I get these things from what my grandmom can tell me a lot, but ancestors can tell you. It's just little bits of what I know and what they can tell me. And my grandma said you can't, blah blah blah. But there's so much love that you feel and that I can feel once I talk to. I get a little bit closer, and it's so much intense and love that you can feel. You never know. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I can say one thing, but when I get there, it could be a completely different story. So, but it just makes sense to me. Like, I always wondered, like, why did you guys not go? And I've tried, asking, but it's always that you'll figure it out when you get here type situation. But now I get it. It makes more sense to me. It gives me a little more peace and understanding. So,
Is there a rule that says, or is it like once you get there, like signing an NDA, non-disclosure agreement? Like,
right? Do I have to watch
you can't let
this?
people know what's going on over
my
here.
grandma, by the way, you guys have her. This is my grandma on the other side, my little queen.
Hey, grandma.
So so I'll tell you a small story, not long. I begged her. I'm like, I want to see where you're at. I want to see where you're at. I want to see where you're at. And she's like, there's gonna be like maybe 1 second, and I'll show you. And I'll never forget this. Never ever forget this. For me, it seemed like more than like 20 seconds, but for her, she said I was in and out. So I go to sleep, and I always say goodnight to her. And in my dream, she was in the kitchen, right? She was always cooking. And I'm like, mommy, what are you cooking? Right? She raised me, so I call mommy. And she's like, oh, I'm just flipping some. And I saw her like flipping some, I don't know, some masa or something, like she was making some pasteles or whatever. And she goes, go to my room, hurry up, because I got to bring you back. I went to her room, and guys, I still have the goosebumps. Her room, her bed was lavender and full of flowers, and there were birds, and whatever you call heaven in your mind, that's what it was. It was like lifted in a garden where the birds were happy and chirping, and it was just an intense love. And so I went, and I was like, oh my God, is this it? And when I went to sit on the bed, boom, I woke up. I was in my room.
Wow.
So then I started crying, right? Because when something's real, you just start crying because you smell her,
Oh, yeah.
smelled her. And so the next day I was like, mommy, was that it? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Wow.
I said, mommy, was that it? And she's like,
was what it?
Where she lives, where she was.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she was like, what's what it? What are you talking about?
Wow.
So
it's
she
cool
said
that
that will never happen again, because if that happens again, you'll stay stuck here, and that's it. Because there are rules. There are rules. If you go too much, that's it. She would have taken it. If I would have stood one more minute or something, I would have not come back.
So, do you think people, when they die in their sleep, they stayed too long, or?
Oh, no, that doesn't mean that. No,
okay.
What does it mean then? Because I had a dream, and I've never dreamt that I've personally died in a dream until a couple of nights ago. And I had a dream that I died in my sleep, and I was in purgatory, and I'm in the woods walking down.
I'll tell you what that means.
Yeah, I was walking down like a path, and I'm dragging something behind me, and I was like, well, I guess I did this to myself. So what does that mean? Because I'm like, like I'm alone, I'm stuck in purgatory, and I'm just like, well, I guess this is it. Right.
So a lot of us dream of that. Okay, guys, this is crazy. But have you ever dreamed that you've been possessed? Okay, let me go back to Rosetta. Rosetta. First of all, dying means that you've done with an issue, like you've contemplated on an issue, and that's no longer.
It's just done.
It's
Yeah.
just done. Okay.
It's just
Now,
okay.
if something was chasing you, means there's another issue now chasing you. So you're done with
Nothing
one.
was chasing me. I was just dragging something.
Okay, so you dragged it enough, and it's done.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're ready for a rebirth. Now, don't get surprised if you dream a little. When you had this dream, like a few nights ago, you'll have a dream of a rebirth. So, meaning like water or, emotional
Mhm.
or something like that of a rebirth.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
actually a good thing. But a lot of people come to me and they're like, oh my God, I think I'm a demon or something because I dreamed that I was getting possessed. I've had those before. And it's
I
not
may
that I
have
watch
had
anything.
those.
Because
I
I do
just don't
watch a lot of horror
remember.
movies. But when you dream that you're getting possessed, is that you're fighting your own demon.
Oh, demons. Yeah.
Your
That
own
makes
demon.
sense.
But that is a scary dream. It's a scary dream. It's a scary dream. Scary dream. You wake up and you're like, you look in the mirror, I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good.
Make sure the kids and the family's
sure
all
me.
good.
Make sure nobody's like,
You don't touch the
Yeah.
Bible and your
Yeah.
hands
you touch
catch
the
on fire
Bible.
or whatever.
Yeah, I don't touch the Bible, but I'm like,
Right? You don't burst into flames.
I touch my
Yeah.
feathers. I'm like, let me sage myself.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Well, I've never been possessed before or dreamt of being possessed before. So
Do you work on your shadow side? Because when you start working on your shadow side, that's when you have those dreams.
Oh.
I'm in. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, maybe not want to work on my shadow side then.
You don't
I was like,
you don't
well, I
get
have the
those.
book.
It's not everybody who gets those. I'm just saying
Okay.
if you get those, but no,
Yeah,
you don't get
I
those.
needed that laugh.
I had some weird dreams. I had one dream, like I think I told
Tell
Rosetta
me
about
about
it.
it.
You did.
Uh,
Was it about the airplane?
Yeah.
Oh, airplanes are.
I was in a field and I was watching these two planes take off and I'm like, they're gonna hit each other. And
That's right. That's right.
they hit each other and I heard the crash, I heard the sound, I saw the wreckage. It was far enough, it wasn't like really close, it was really kind of far away. But then I remember driving like the next morning and seeing the wreck,
You know what that
on the
means?
side of the road.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
What?
That's your life is out of control. It means anxieties are high. If you had I took dream psychology, guys. I'm a nerd. If you see in back of me, all my certificates, I don't stay still. But
That's awesome.
it means that your life is out of control. There's either you've been fighting with yourself or fighting with someone, arguments. So the two planes, I have those because I'm a hothead. So yeah, colliding. So basically, your dreams are your conscience, your psychology. And when you're dreaming, it makes it amplify like 10,000 times. So
It does.
it does, and it's horrible. So for me, I hate tsunamis, and when I'm overwhelmed, guess what I see? Tsunamis.
Like
You know what?
diarrhea.
Tornadoes are
in
like that
motion.
for me.
Just
When
like
I
tarot
have
cards.
tornado dreams,
Oh yeah.
when
No.
something bad always happens, always. And I've only had like 3 of them. But something has always bad happened right after. So
You
whenever
see?
I have a dream of tornadoes,
see?
I'm so hyper self-aware.
But you know that. Do you write in your journal?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
a
good.
lot.
Because I tell people and mediums and psychics and people of empathic
Right.
sensitives, I don't care if you're not a psychic, write your dreams down because you get
Yeah.
to learn your patterns.
Well,
Just
I
like
can tell you
Rosetta said.
too, sometimes I can remember them, and most of the time I don't. It's very rare. And the thing is, too, is that when I do dream, and I've been dreaming a lot more, they're very real. Like you think that you're
That's
really
lucid
there,
dreaming.
right? But then when I get up, like I don't remember, and I always tell myself in my dream, I have to remember this, and then I'll get up and I'll completely forget. But then I'll remember snippets. You know what I'm
If it's
saying?
important, you remember.
Yeah, because I know there was one I shared with Ryan. Not that right, like right. I think the day before you told me about the airplane, and I couldn't even tell you what it was about now. So, but yeah, I'll start writing it down when I do remember them.
Because 9/11, it saved my life. I worked on the 81st floor, and I was dating somebody in Virginia. And 6 months before that, I saw square buildings burning. Okay.
Wow.
And I saw people falling out of the building. And I used to say to people, wouldn't it be nice if they put parachutes in here? Because I didn't want to say my dream. I didn't want to get clink, clink and dragged away if anything happened.
Right.
So I went to go see my ex, who's my ex-husband now. And I went from Friday to Sunday. He said, why don't you stay one more day? And I remembered that dream. And I said, yeah, why don't I stay one more day? If I didn't stay one more day, I would have been on the 81st floor working that Monday.
Wow.
You see why you listen to your dreams, because that dream was a premonition of me being in that building.
So I do need to cut this short because I do want to upload this show onto the Riff Nation on Saturday night, and it can only be an hour long, or else it won't accept it.
Yeah.
I think we do need to have Jeannie back on to do a dream interpretation show, because I think
that would be perfect. I'm gonna start writing my dreams down now.
Yes.
Request me.
Yes. I will. Thank you. And again, Ryan, thank you for allowing me to come on and jump on with you guys. This is definitely a subject that I've always been very interested in learning more about. So, thank you for, allowing me to come on and hang out with you guys again.
No problem.
I will definitely look into your book, Jeannie. Where can I order that off of Amazon? Do I go straight to you?
I just published it because what's going on with my husband. So I just published it. So I'll put the link up and everything.
Please, yeah.
All over the place. I want to wish Rhonda good luck on her investigation this weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Please let us know how that goes.
I will.
And we'll be back here on Tuesday with Tabby from Till Death Investigations.
Nice. Fun.
All right, guys. Jeannie, thank you so much. Rhonda, thank you. Yep. Rosetta, thank you. We'll be back here.
No, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Tuesday night, same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Bye, guys.
Have a great weekend.